Hello, ladies. This is Coach Smith. I received your essays and your videos, so thank you for taking the time to do that. Gives me an opportunity to get, a little taste of who you are, and through the essays to find out what's kind of important to you and what has shaped you as a pitcher in your highest moment and in your lowest. They're very different, but I as I expected them to be, and I really appreciated that. So I figured that I would then reciprocate the assignment minus the essay with just a little video before we meet tomorrow morning. I am originally from northern Westchester, which is in a town called Katona. It's about 45 minutes north of the city, but it is not at all like Long Island or the city. It's very more the suburbs. Things are a lot more spread out, if you will. And I graduated in a class of 186, so it was a pretty small school. I played field hockey, basketball, and softball competitively. I wasn't really sure which I wanted to do at the collegiate level, so I stuck with them for a while. I actually was supposed to end up at University of Vermont playing field hockey and softball, but the night before I got a phone call from the Hofstra assistant asking me just to hold off, come down on an official visit that next day and just see what I thought, and I ended up at Hofstra. Crazy story. But I do have two older half-brothers I don't really keep in touch with that much, but I have one younger brother. He'll be 28. And he was a pitcher, hitter, and outfielder at St. John's. I just gave birth to my first child on March 5th, so she's almost going to be a year. It was the first day of tryouts for high school. Playing in college, God, I could really talk about softball forever, not just to talk about softball, but it has the journey that I have gone through with softball has taken me to meet so many people, to so many states, and even overseas, and it really has been a vehicle through which I've just met people that I never would have gotten those opportunities without the sport of softball. So I'm very appreciative of that, and I think that comes through when I teach and when I coach. The game is very humbling, so I have a lot of respect for the game and the work that is put into it. So that being said, when I originally came into Hofstra, ironically, I was actually recruited to play the outfield a little bit, but just hit. So I just asked if I could you please just consider me a pitcher still? It's very important to me. Can you still work with me? I want to be part of the pitching group. They agreed. So I've been tied up to fences for hours and on buckets and balance beams and stability balls and everything because I pitched behind someone that, probably, and we were great. We were friends all the way through, but she was just better. And, I had to probably stay in the outfield 70% of the time while she pitched, and then I got my 30% of the games that were, not as important, if you will. So I get that. I understand that. And the wonderful thing that happened for me through my kind of evolution as an athlete and as a pitcher is I just grew in leaps and bounds, and I think a lot was improving as a pitcher, but I think a lot of it was the hard work I put in and work I did from the shoulders up. And my junior and senior year, I was very much relied on as a pitcher. And this girl, we were the same year, so it's not like she graduated. And then to finish my senior campaign as an All-American and with the ball being put into my hands at conference championships and at LSU, on the road in regionals was it really came full circle. So I think that's made me, outside of just, it's made me better in a lot of ways, but it's definitely made me a better coach because I really can appreciate the whole spectrum of pitchers that I work with, from pitchers that are just kind of naturally gifted. They don't really know why. They've just been good ever since they picked up a softball. And those who've really had to work at it, and everyone that kind of falls in between. So I think that I have the perspective to understand and have the, I guess perspective's a good word, to just really kind of understand what everyone's going through. And the work, the physical work and repetition that goes into it, and having to prove yourself at times, and it wasn't always about like an animosity towards a coaching staff, or, it was about truly being ready for when opportunity presented itself, to make the most of it. And I was, and I wouldn't be here today if I wasn't. So you'll hear a lot about that. I guess I graduated. Yep, I said that part. Okay, so then I got to play in Italy overseas. I played with a team called the Breakettes. That was really before there were the Olympics, you kind of were able to play for the Breakettes while you were in college. And, we lived in Connecticut, and I've got to meet a lot of great people. So I think my coaching style is pretty diverse. I mean, I have a core of beliefs as far as pitching is concerned, but I am very flexible with certain things to not teach everyone exactly the same way, because not everyone works exactly the same way. So I've really benefited from playing with and against the elite players, and really just picking their brains, from the Jenny Finches to the Kat Ostermans to the Danielle Hendersons, and, having them as teammates, and asking them what they do and how they do it. And we've just shared so much knowledge together that it's given me a lot of different tricks and different ways to try to make my pitchers successful. So hopefully you will see that. But my ultimate goal is, I want to try to prepare you in the next, 6 to 8 weeks for the season that you're going to have, knowing that every game you play is just as important as the next. So, there's no time to warm up, as you need to be ready to rock and roll when you hit the field in Florida, because you don't want those games coming back to bite you. So realizing that I'm just going to be here to try to get the best out of you with what we have in the time frame that we have, and really get you ready. And I'm excited about it. I'm excited about the opportunity that Coach DeJong presented me with. And let's see, my philosophy, like I touched upon it a little bit already, but I really like to balance respect, seriousness, focus, but fun. Because and not that every second is fun, that's just not life in general, but when it stops being fun more often than not, you either have to question why you're doing it, or you have to question how you're doing it. And I really, I believe that in a lot of things in life. So I think we're going to have a great time with it. I think we're going to have really good communication with each other. Probably that first session tomorrow, I'm really going to just kind of evaluate you. And I'll say this probably tomorrow. It might seem overwhelming because I tend to throw a lot at you, but it's really, I need to learn how you work. I need to learn how you learn. Are you a visual learner, an auditory learner, a kinesthetic learner? What things do you pick up on quickly? Are you more responsive to adjustments in your legs, or adjustments in your fingers, or adjustments in your posture? What are natural tendencies and strengths that you have that I can work with? Things like that. So the first lesson seems like workout, I guess. I seem to throw everything at you, and you're like, my God, this coach is crazy. But the workouts will become more focused as I learn how you learn. So I'm really excited for it. Outside of that, I'm a phys ed teacher for ninth and 10th grade girls all day, every day. So, we rise and shine at about 5 a.m., first period's at 7:10, and I try to mold and shape the lives of the young girls at Longwood High School. I've been coaching the softball team out there I've been part of it for about 7 years, and I've been the head coach for 5. So since giving birth to Mia last year on the first day of tryouts, I've had to make some adjustments, and we've had some cuts in positions. So I'm still working with them out there, but I've kind of had to step down as the head coach because I just can't do it all by myself. So it's enabled me to kind of come into the part-time coaching position and work with you girls, which I'm really excited to do. I'm really, really excited to do. So let's see, a couple likes and dislikes at the end of this. We do have a sushi fan in one of our videos, so I am a big fan of sushi. Nothing too weird though. I don't go too crazy with that stuff. I like to be able to identify most of the things I'm eating. I do try to eat pretty healthy. So, don't bring like that sleeve of Oreos or anything. Because I also have to eat gluten-free. So you might catch me also eating a weird thing here or there. Because I cannot enjoy your typical bagel, pancake, those loaves of bread that I've been missing for almost a decade now. I like to have fun and use sense of humor with focus, as I mentioned before. Love reading. Just finished reading the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo series. I love that stuff. That's like suspenseful. I don't get to watch TV so much, but DVR is a wonderful invention. So at best, I'm able to keep up with Grey's Anatomy, Private Practice, and my new fave is Scandal. I love Scandal. Love. Always keeps me on my toes. Probably my favorite meal of the day would be breakfast. I love breakfast. I love my bowl of cereal. And anything that weird or interesting? Not really that I can think of. But you'll learn more about me as we go. And we're expecting actually another little one in May, another little girl. So that'll be exciting and be a nice way to cap off the season and working with you. So I know it's a little obviously longer video than you sent me, but I can talk, and I'm looking forward to meeting you. So hopefully you feel a little more comfortable, and we'll have a good workout tomorrow. It'll be one of many, and we will have a great 2013 season. All right, so have a good night, and I'll see you in the morning.